This week's NFL prospects are Devin White, Jawan Taylor, and Dexter Lawrence.
Antonio Brown. Oh, man, what are you thinking?
What the hell is going on with the NFC East?
All that and more coming up on the Average Sports Guys podcast. You know what it is.
You're listening to the Average Sports Guys podcast with Eddie and Marcus.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We are back.
Yo.
Hey, this is episode 4 of our podcast.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
I'm Eddie. That's Marcus over there.
And we are
The Average Sports Guys.
Let's go.
So, as you guys heard on the show intro, so we're going to go over some prospects, whatever in the hell's going on with Antonio Brown.
Man.
We're going to profile some of the NFC East, and we're going to have a special segment from Marcus with some breaking news that we found.
Breaking news today, bro.
Yeah, so before we get to the juicy stuff, let's go ahead and let's just tell everybody what you've been up to.
Man, I've been busy. So, in the middle of, the work week, I've been planning for this trip to Florida,
Oh, that's right.
So, me and my wife are going down there. But today...
We're at in Florida.
Oh, my bad. So, yeah, in Florida, we're going to Panama City. We got some family. I have a cousin that just moved down there with her boyfriend or whatever, and we're going to be hanging out with them.
Nice.
Shout out to Kristen and Samantha. We're going to see them. It's going to be a good time. Got a nice house and everything. So we're going to go hang out there with them for almost a week. So.
Good weather.
Absolutely.
Hit up the beach. That's
Absolutely. Cool. And then this has actually been a pretty fun week. Actually, it's, talking about another trip. We're going to Thailand in June.
That's right.
From June 24th through July 5th. So we went and saw the travel doctor yesterday. Got some information, we'll get some shots, and we'll be good to go. And hopefully, everything's copacetic when we're over there.
Yeah, so you guys come back disease-free.
Yeah, hope so, definitely. Hope we have a good time. I like to, take pictures in my spare time, so hopefully I got some good shots to put up on the wall.
Oh, yeah. Well, you guys got some good ones when you were in Ireland.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Clip some more, visited some sites where they shot the Game of Thrones, things like that.
Which drops on Sunday.
Bruh, I got these Game of Thrones Oreos, and they will not be touched until Sunday during that episode. I'm going to have my milk, I'm going to have my Oreos, we're going to get it popping.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Last thing, I'm a teacher, I'm really big in education, 6th grade math, and today was a fun day for me. So we sat there and we had gone over our data for the last quarterly we took, and one of my kids met their goal, so I got them pizza. So they had a good time with that. And then after school, I'm telling you, bro, like this basketball tournament that we put together for these kids so they can assemble their squad and, play teacher at the end of the year, this is one of the more serious ones I've actually had the chance to observe. And there's this, I can't get this kid out of my head. There's like a 6'2", like 7th, 8th grader. I don't know who she was, but she was putting bodies on kids.
6'2" in middle school?
Just bodying kids.
I'm 33 and I'm not even 6'2".
She was getting down the block, hard dribble to the paint, straight layup. I was just like, yo, I need her on my squad. Matter of fact, when we play her at the end of May, I am not playing the 4 and I'm not playing the 5 because I'm not getting embarrassed. I'm not going on anybody's Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, none of that. That's not me. I'm not going to be the victim.
No, she's going to body you up.
Yeah, but that's pretty much what's going on with me. How about you, sir?
So my week's been the opposite of fun. No, I'm just joking. No, it's just been a regular week.
Mm-hmm.
We cut down part of our tree yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Getting ready to, like I said before, we're gonna extend the fence and all that type of stuff in the backyard, add a pool and all that stuff. You know why we're adding a pool, Marcus? Because I'm rich. No, I'm just joking. No, so it's just been that stuff with kids, school.
Yeah.
They got themselves in trouble the other day, neglecting their chores and duties, so it's been quiet evenings because they have been in their room.
That's right.
Yeah, so I've just been kicking back, watching TV, sports, and all that stuff. Most of my shows are over. Walking Dead is done.
Yeah.
This Is Us is done.
Mm-hmm.
Manifest has been done for a couple weeks.
Yes, sir.
So it's just been pretty much baseball.
Yeah.
Following what's going on, seeing if anybody's making any more last minute moves before the draft coming up, stuff like that. So
Absolutely.
yeah, it's just that getting on the wife's nerves, well, at least trying to.
I get that.
But no, I will say today I actually feel rested. So not many people know.
That's a big deal.
I do have sleep apnea. So I've recently got they have like the CPAP machine and all that stuff. Sleep with the mask on your face.
Right.
So I was actually able to sleep with it last night. It was the first night. So it was pretty good. Like I actually woke up rested. So I'm looking forward to that. That's pretty cool. I was always like reluctant to go to the doctor and all that, just I wouldn't call it a man thing. It's just a personal thing for me. Like if it's
it's a man thing. I hate going to the doctor. Like that's the last place where I want to be. But at the end of the day, I know I still have to go. And stuff. Make sure that we're taking care of ourselves so we can put on a good show for you guys.
Yeah. So I've just been busy at work preparing. Like I told you, submitted my resignation, get ready to roll out the door. So just kind of getting ducks in a row there for the next person coming in. I'm not trying to leave people high and dry and all that stuff. So the days have been kind of going by quickly, like with that, which is good. But yeah, so hey, these draft prospects. So we're going to talk about Devin White, Jawaan Taylor, and Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah.
So as people know, Virginia Tech is my team, through and through.
Yes, sir.
LSU is a secondary team, if you will. So I'm used to clowning kids when they're for pro sports. There's I rock with the Skins, but my second team, no, cut it. Like there's no second team. So I feel like in college, because there's so many players and so many schools and all that type of stuff, like you find yourself connected to
more than one team.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I rock with LSU real hard. So let's get into Devin White from LSU. Linebacker, fast as hell, raw talent.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to say where he'll actually go in the draft, and I know people listening are saying, well, every draft prospect you say, it's hard to say where they're going to go. It's truly hard to figure out where they're going to go.
Really.
Yeah, I mean, unless we spent time in all 32 teams war room, if you will, and kind of looked at their draft board and seeing what they identify as their needs and all that stuff. Because, I mean, hell, even the analysts could sit back and say, well, this team needs a linebacker, that team needs a receiver. But if internally they don't feel that, then, so be it. But just to get into a little bit about him, so he's, clocked at 4.42.
Yes, sir.
In the 40, which, like I said, they say he's the fastest linebacker coming out in the draft this year.
Yes, he is.
To touch on the raw talent, watching him play, you'll see that he almost looks at the defensive line in front of him to kind of, I guess, how do you say it, figure out where the play's going or what the play is. Mm-hmm. Now, for those of you who don't know, he came into college as a running back. He was recruited as a running back. So playing the running back position, you're looking at your lineman in front of you. You obviously know what the play design is, but you're going to see, which way the line is shifting, where's there's a cutback lane, which hole you're supposed to hit, whatever. So it's almost like he's taking that mentality and putting it on defense.
And that's a huge edge.
Right. But when he guesses right, he's right. But when he guesses wrong, like he'll come down, get blocked instead of him essentially having to come around that defender where the running back is going to, hit that hole.
I see what you're saying.
And so sometimes he gets exposed. People have to remember he is raw. He's young. He hasn't been a linebacker that long.
Okay.
So, but with his size and his speed and his knack for tracking the ball, I think that bodes well.
Right.
He has tackling issues. He likes to tackle up high, which causes him to basically look silly. I mean, he can, at times.
Right.
So if he can work on his technique, block lower, actually learn the position.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I think he's good. I would take him in the latter part of the first round, early part of the second, probably.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about it from the Redskins' needs. Yeah, we need a linebacker, but we have Reuben Foster, depending on however that suspension stuff is going to pan out. I think we need pass catchers.
Yeah.
If you're going to go on the defense, I would even say corner, but more importantly, safety.
Right.
To pair somebody with Landon Collins. They're probably happy with the people that they have in the building.
Right.
So you just never know. But like I said, I would take him late first round, early second, no problem. I could see him. I think I was telling you before, the first team essentially that comes to mind for me with Devin White is Denver with Vic.
Denver will work.
Yeah, with Vic Fangio being their coach now.
Mhm.
He's some people say he's like a linebacker whisperer.
Absolutely.
So I mean, he can get in that system. I think he'll learn well. He's a great veteran presence. You got Von Miller. And some of those other guys. So we'll see how that one goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to piggyback off what you're saying, this dude is a great ball tracker. He can bounce with the best of them. He's really good at reading, the play at hand. But like you said, when he guesses and guesses right, he looks awesome. When he guesses wrong, you gash him.
Right.
So it's one of those things where he really needs to learn the linebacker position. But as of right now, his speed, his strength, all his measurables are carrying right now, which is great. But he really needs to truly understand that position. And one of the biggest points, one of the biggest weaknesses I actually did research was his tackling. Like, he does tackle high. He's got to learn to get low.
Right.
Because what these running backs are doing, they're getting right up under his pads, driving into him, and they're getting extra yards after contact. So he's really got to work on that. But overall, this dude is very fast. He puts forth a great second effort, and like I said, you can set the edge. He's one of those guys that, if you need a linebacker and you have a linebacker-centric scheme, he's one of those guys that you want to develop and bring him in there. But I totally agree, back into the first one.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So our next guy is a beast. This guy is Jawan Taylor, offensive tackle from Florida. This dude is 6'5". He has 10-inch hands. And he is a straight power blocker.
Yeah.
If you have a run-heavy offense, this is the guy that you need, because this guy is like the definition of what you want in a tackle and a bulldozer.
Oh, yeah.
This dude is an angry run blocker. This guy does not sit there and he's not content with just, a stalemate. No, he's going to bull rush you and push you over.
Mm-hmm.
He has great ball awareness and understanding what the play is and combo blocking ability. He keeps his weight over his toes to put pressure on that defensive line. And I really can't say too many bad things about this guy, except he really needs to work on the fact that he tends to jump pre-snap. You know what I mean? He tends to get a little bit ahead of himself because he wants that competitive edge.
Right.
And sometimes, you rely too much on your measurables. So he has sloppy hand placement and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, if you want a good offensive tackle, somebody that's going to solidify that line, protect your quarterback, and create holes for your running back, this is the guy you want to hold you down off tackle. This guy is a beast.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and like I had mentioned to you before, him having 3 years of starting experience.
Yes, sir.
He's for college, a seasoned vet.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got that good seasoning on him, a little salt and pepper.
Right.
Maybe a little Old Bay.
Little Lowry's. You know what time it is.
Loud.
This is a good guy. So, there's a lot of defensive players, on the board. Like I said, I like this guy. Hopefully, he becomes an Eagle. I mean, I don't think he's going to fall that far, but overall, like I said, if you need a solid tackle, this is the guy I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, so let's get into Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah, man.
Defensive tackle out of Clemson. Go ahead, Marcus, break that one down.
This guy is 6'4", 342, 10.5-inch hands, and runs a 5-second 40. This guy is very quick, has crazy power, crazy upper body strength, and this is what I call a 2.5 guy. Like, if you need somebody to solidify that interior of the defensive line, this guy is a 2.5 second guy. This guy will sit there and blow stuff up. So your quarterback better make that decision in 2.5 seconds, or either he's going to be on the ground or whoever he hands it off to is going to be on the ground. You really got to worry about this guy in the interior. And if you're looking to build around a solid defensive tackle, monster. His only real weakness is the fact that, he relies too much on his abilities, and he really needs to develop that technique. But at the same time, a lot of players going into the draft need to work on a lot of technique.
Right.
And like I said, this guy's a beast. I can't really say too much about him. I mean, national championship game. This is the game. This guy was just dominating the ball.
Oh, yeah.
He was putting pressure on guys, taking guys out. I have nothing really bad to say about him. I love him.
Right. And that's the thing. That's what NFL teams are looking at
Right.
as far as like a defensive tackle. Okay,
Mhm.
you know, you play in the nose. What can you do for that pocket? Can you collapse it? Are you just going to stand there? Can you shed a block? Can you take on a double team?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's so much more than just pushing the guy in front of you. You know what I mean? Because if he's drawing that double team, that can allow a linebacker to get in on a blitz. Again, safety can come down. You know, so there's so many different options there. So as you stated, I mean, him listed or you know, people call him a monster or a beast, I think that's understated.
Yeah.
Yeah, wherever in the heck he goes,
Right.
I look for an immediate impact, and he's
You're
only
not
going to
running.
he's only going to get stronger.
And
He's only
gonna
going to get better, you know. So you just pray and hope that a talent like that goes to a team that they can get the most out of him.
Mhm.
And
He's easily top 10 in my draft.
oh yeah,
Easily. That's the guy that you want.
mm-hmm.
Sets the tone.
Yeah, for sure. And so with that, so we just profiled these 3 prospects. So you guys know that the NFL draft is coming up on the 25th.
Yes, sir.
So it's in 2 weeks. So what Marcus and I are going to do starting next week, we're going to get into the first 16 teams,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to basically do our own mock draft. So Marcus and I will go over that type of stuff, you know, 1 through 16.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the following show, the week before the draft, then we'll do 17 through 32.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. I don't typically do mock drafts. I mean, I kind of kick my ideas around with some friends, and Marcus and I will talk and say, you know, who will go where based on what we just, you know, see as their need or
Yeah,
best
definitely.
fit, you know, so to speak. So I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
So look forward to that for the next podcast. But we are going to transition into what in the heck is Antonio Brown thinking? What is going through his mind? What is he doing? So we'll get into that right after this break. Hey, man. Yeah, you know you hear me. You know that rust bucket you're in right now just really isn't getting the job done anymore, is it? Nope. It's getting hot outside. You don't have to worry about overheating and breaking down side of the road. You know, people slowing down, laughing at you, taking pictures, putting you on Instagram. So it's time to get on over to Anderson Honda of Cockeysville, Maryland, and see my man, the sales manager, Jason Barton. And right now they're having their Dream Garage sales event. They're also celebrating 100 years of great vehicles and excellent customer service. So what's your style? Is it the Civic? Maybe it's the Pilot or even the CR-V. Or, hey, maybe it's my personal favorite, the all-new Honda Accord. Haha, man, Jason and his boys hooked me up on a great price on the all-new Honda Accord, the 2.0 Turbo. I had to get it in red because I like to hit them streets in style. So get on over to Anderson Honda, where their motto is they go the extra mile to make you smile. Hey, let me tell you something. They really believe in that. And when you get there, don't forget to tell them that the Average Sports Guys sent you. All right, the Average Sports Guys are back. So
sir.
before we went to break, we were talking about Antonio Brown. As some of you may have heard, especially those of you that are on Twitter.
Mhm.
Speaking of which, if you're on Twitter, go ahead and follow us at the
Yeah.
Average. Or
AVG Sports Guys.
there you go.
Yes, sir.
And then while you're at it, you go ahead to Instagram, Facebook, and I would just put this out there. Our show, we have no class. So if there's any sponsors out there,
Facts.
let's go ahead and support the show because this is a dope-ass podcast.
Yes, sir.
So having said that, Antonio Brown.
This guy, if anybody had Twitter fingers in the NFL, this guy has Twitter fingers. Like, so let me set the stage for you. So imagine, right? You sit there and you've been like the guy of your franchise as far as receivers, and they go ahead and name the next guy coming up the MVP. How? And you know, everybody knows wide receivers are divas, so
Mhm.
you know. I guess the guy got in his feelings a little bit and then eventually ended up, you know, obviously with all the off-season nonsense where, you know, he wanted to get traded and ended up on the Raiders. And this dude just started going off at Juju Smith-Schuster.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just sitting here like, isn't this the same guy that when you guys were playing the Bengals, you know what I mean, had your back? Well, I mean had your back. So Vontaze Burfict, like one of the dirtiest linebackers in the NFL, sat there and took out Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I remember that.
But what did Juju Smith-Schuster do? On the next opportunity, dude sat there, and I think there was a play running up the sideline on the left side, and had a crazy crackback block on Vontaze Burfict, to where this dude was like baptized. This dude was sleeping on
Yeah, he took him to the cleaners.
Took that man straight to the cleaners. This dude was sleeping on the sideline. So I'm just sitting there, I'm just like, you really have the nerve to come out and talk trash about an up-and-coming receiver that's just has nothing but love and respect for you. Obviously, if he's laying dudes out for you on the field, he really looks up to you. So you're just going to sit there and bash him and be like, oh, well, it's Juju, and just start releasing all these different, personal messages and stuff on. Like, come on, dude.
Right. Well, see, I kind of look at it like, okay, well, all he wanted to do was get out of Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you wanted to get out of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You did whatever you did. You jumped up and down, showed your ass. You were, whatever, right? So you're out of Pittsburgh. So you're gone. And then you start going at Juju Smith-Schuster, who I think, what was it? The team named him the most valuable player for their team. Right, for that year. So he was in his feelings about that. It's almost like a relationship that ends, right? One party says, I ain't worried about him, or I ain't worried about her, and all that. But all you're doing is finding ways to still talk crap, like make it relevant for no reason when they've moved on. Him acting like that, is not only childish,
super childish.
It's not professional.
Yeah.
You just made the Pittsburgh Steelers look like a genius by getting rid of you.
Yeah.
The Rooneys look great.
Mike
Tomlin looks great.
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger, all the crap you were saying about him,
nobody's
worried about that anymore.
Yep.
Because you're so worried about making it about you.
Mm-hmm.
And all Juju did was remain
humble,
classy.
Yep.
He just kind of took it in stride, sidestepped it, and just said, basically, don't pay stupid people any attention, any mind. Mm-hmm. Just move on about your business. So
right, and then on top of this, here's my next point. So you're not a Raider, right? So in this next off season or during the season, trades. Who's gonna want to go to the Raiders if you're that much of a media problem right now?
Right.
Who's gonna want to go to the Raiders because of this nonsense? Nobody. Nobody's gonna want to go there. If I was somebody who wanted to, the next free agency wanted to leave and go somewhere, the last place I'm going is over in Las Vegas, because this guy is a knucklehead, and all he's going to do is cause drama and create issues. And It's just one of those things where you really have to think, not necessarily about your previous situation. I mean, I get it, everybody has feelings about it, but at the same time, you're with a different organization. You're trying to help them win a Super Bowl.
Right.
So why is all of your energy focused on the last person? I don't get it. It's extremely childish. And then I think yesterday or the day before, this dude had the nerve to drop this last tweet. It says, not giving any media fakes, no more ammo. Enjoy my name, AB. I'm in Cali living ready to fall. No nonsense. You trollers got to troll. Too good to worry. Call God. And I'm just like, dog. You are literally the source of all of your Twitter backlash right now.
Right.
Everything started because you decided to go on Twitter, type a bunch of stuff about Juju because you're mad. Probably because you're upset at the fact that you might not be catching the same type of ball that you were getting from Ben Roethlisberger.
Mm-hmm. Mind
you, I still think he throws a pretty ball. Probably still throws a prettier ball and a better ball than Derek Carr. So you might be a little iffy about that, but at the same time, you're with a new organization, a new team. Be that leader that they literally traded for you to be.
Right. Well, also, too, it's if Antonio Brown is acting, the way he did to get himself out of there, right, how he is now, mm-hmm, and you were playing with a Hall of Fame quarterback,
right,
what are you going to do in Oakland, soon to be Vegas? What are you going to do there? I mean, Derek Carr, he
had a decent one year.
Right, that's what I was going to say. For the year, he tore it up, and then he got hurt. What was it, the game before the playoffs or whatever?
Yeah,
but, can that be replicated out of him? Who knows? It's going to obviously depend on the supporting cast and all that stuff. Antonio Brown helps, for more than one reason. He's a stud. If you just look at it from a talent perspective, he works hard. He's got the talent.
Yeah.
He'll draw the double teams, which can open up other
receivers.
Right. So, it's just hard to say, but if you're acting that way, you were playing with Ben Roethlisberger, now you're going to play with a lesser quarterback and a lesser team. What is he going to do there?
I don't know.
I mean, I can't even imagine. But to your point, if you're a free agent or hell, even these guys coming up in the draft in 2 weeks, and when Oakland calls your name and you happen to be one of those skilled positions, and
They're gonna be that hype.
right, I mean, are you going to be excited? Are you happy? Are you like, oh shit? Because Antonio Brown also put out whatever, like a private message or direct message
Right.
with Juju reaching out to him when he was in college,
USC.
just basically saying, hey man, like I admire you
Mhm.
and all your hard work. You're a great player. Is there any tips? Da 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 da. Whatever. And then it's like you're going to expose that and then talk crap about him for that.
Right.
It's just not a good look for him.
It's not a good
This
look at
is
all.
not a good look for the Oakland Raiders.
No.
Who knows what they do or what they will do? Probably nothing.
Probably nothing.
So, yeah, it's unfortunate. But there's been some breaking news with an NFL player. So we finally get to do a little segment that I'm excited about. So it's the first time on the show.
Yeah.
So here it is.
Hey, cuz, word on the street.
So, word on the streets is Leonard Fournette got busted for speeding 12 miles over the speed limit without a license. Correction. The license was suspended.
Suspended.
So he knew he should have been driving in the first place. I don't know if it can get me done, but like, dog, like you don't have a license. You're probably driving a Ferrari, a Lambo,
Something that stands out.
Something that stands out. So not only do you not have a license, you're driving the most obviously fast car on the highway, bro.
Right.
Then you get pulled over and like, what do you say to the cops at that point? Oh, I'm Leonard Fournette. No, they're gonna lock you up regardless.
Right.
Like, dog, get your mind right. You feel me? And they got this dude out, I want to say and this is according to 247 Sports on Facebook. They said that he paid $1,500 in bail and relief, and obviously has a court date and all that. Like, dog, you just got Nick Foles. Like, I'm super offended because that's my Super Bowl MVP. You just got Nick Foles as your quarterback, who's well beyond Blake Bortles. Like, that dude was straight garbage.
Right.
And then you're supposed to help this guy acclimate to the team, be that security blanket, and you're out here catching charges. And you're fast behind car, speeding on a suspended license. Like, dog, if anything, you're supposed to be 5 miles under the speed limit.
Right.
You're trying to stunt, right?
Well, hold on. First of all, let's just call it what it is. The dude is rich.
This dude's rich.
If you have a suspended license or don't have a license, and I say the same thing when these fools go out and they drink and they party, they have a good time. That's fine.
Right.
Do that. If that's what is in your heart,
Mhm.
that's what you want to do. Get a car service. You can pay for it.
Yeah.
There's Uber. There's Lyft. There's your friends. Call somebody.
Or get your homeboy just to whip you around and be like, "This
Right.
is my chauffeur for real."
Right.
Like, get your dog.
But you're
on
setting
top-
yourself up.
You set yourself up, and on top of all of this, imagine you sitting there in the off season, chilling, getting busted and all that. The last thing this dude is thinking of probably is his teammates. But his teammates are like, "What are you doing, bro? We trying to make a comeback." And then we just flip through our Twitter feed or Facebook or whatever, and we see this nonsense.
Right.
This is starting your brand new season off on the wrong foot. Not to mention the nonsense that you guys had with Jalen Ramsey in the offseason last year, or even last year during the regular season. And now you have more nonsense with a brand new quarterback who needs your help, but you're acting like a knucklehead. Get your mind right, bro.
Right. I mean, I can only imagine if he was with the Skins or if that was a player from the Redskins, because
Right.
everything they do is so amplified.
Mm.
So, hey, have fun out there in Jacksonville.
Well-
Stop being a knucklehead.
And it's like, I don't want to sit there and, speculate on how many games this guy's going to get, but I'm calling at least 4.
I mean, it's hard to say. You just
It's true, but I don't know. To
Either
me,
way.
it's that level of stupidity should cost you 4 games. I'll say that.
It's
That
just-
level of knuckleheaded pissed off, that's 4 games.
It's
I'll
just
give you that.
it's just the optics of it. It just doesn't look good.
It's just
Like I said, I mean, there's literally no excuse. Like, you are rich. Somebody can drive you to wherever the hell he was going. Dairy Queen. I don't know, McDonald's.
slide your cousin a C note and be like, "Dog, I need to go to the Wawa real quick." Like,
I mean,
you
something.
something
Oh man! All right,
crazy.
let's get into the NFC East and the goings on.
Yeah, man. So let's start off with my Eagles a little bit. Just get this out of the way. Since we've been on the mics, the Eagles did something pretty important. They actually got themselves a running back, not just any running back, the third best rushing running back, in my opinion, since 2016. They got Jordan Howard. This guy has perennially put up 935 rushing, or just 900-something yards rushing in the past 3 seasons.
Which I ain't worried about. Redskins Nation, we ain't scared. Ain't did nothing.
You should be, because there's only 2 more running backs that actually have more yards than him in the same time period. That's Ezekiel Elliott and Todd Gurley. This guy is a monster. This guy gets yards after contact. This guy is also, in my opinion, and I've actually read about it, he is actually the premier pass blocker for running backs in the league. So not only is he going to get yards on the ground and be a safety net for Carson Wentz, he's also going to help protect this man by, picking up blocks and picking up blitzes, and keeping that man safe so he can throw them bombs.
But he can't catch, though.
Yeah, that's right. This man does have issues catching. But, it's one of those things where, he has tweeted, he has said that he has been working on that because he knows that we need pass catchers out of the backfield, and that's how we run our offense. We run a lot of wheel routes, and we run a lot of screens. So he's got to learn to catch the ball.
Well, also, too, I mean, we've stated multiple times, the backs catching the ball is super important.
It's a requirement now.
So yeah, I mean that'll be interesting. I mean that's obviously one element of his game that he's gonna have to improve on, especially in your guys' offense.
Yeah.
But I mean overall, like I said, I mean you guys got him for some tater tots and a ham sandwich. So
yeah, that's right.
Either way, it's not a bad signing.
I don't know what Howie is doing. I don't know if he has tapes on these GMs, on these owners, or what, but this dude has been snatching people since he came out of that back room, since Chip Kelly left, just making deals out of nowhere. We got him for a 6th, and not only that, if we let him go, and I just read this the other day, and I'm pretty sure it's 247 Sports again, if we let him go, we can get a pick back. So it's one of those situations where, it's like we can get a conditional 6 back. So it's like if we don't sign him,
right,
and we don't come to terms, we get a pick back. So it's like a win-win.
Yeah.
I don't know what this guy does, but Howie Roseman is a beast right now. And obviously, Jordan Howard's looking to have a crazy year, in my opinion, again. So we're really excited out here in Philly. We got a running back. We're getting back to form, and hopefully we can protect Carson Wentz so he can have a beautiful season.
Yep, time will see. And so for those of you that don't know, Marcus and I are best friends, but he is not my friend twice a year. And that is when them bums come here, and then when we take our raggedy asses on up to Philly. Yeah, I tend to like to watch that game by myself, hoping Marcus don't text me. But ultimately, when the Redskins succumb to their injuries, I give them their props. But no, overall, I think it's a good signing. I didn't know about basically if you guys release him, and you'll get that conditional pick.
I just found that out.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not bad. Like I said, he better get some stickum or something on those gloves.
Contact Jerry Rice, get somebody on the sticks. I don't know, somebody out there working with him, because he definitely needs work on those hand skills.
Right. But I will say, though, pass pro is so important. So if he could provide that extra element, Wentz needs it. You guys need him upright. You need him healthy. Mm-hmm. There's a Sudfeld behind him, and that's it.
That's all we got.
Yeah.
That and the guy we signed from the AAF, but this guy is
training camp fodder.
Camp body.
So as far as the Redskins, it's fairly quiet. We did sign a couple of the AAF guys. I think they're being absorbed in a lot of those a lot of the NFL teams, which is good.
Right.
Again, you don't know how many will pan out, but it's good to see them at least get that shot at that opportunity. Yeah. I know a lot of teams are starting their voluntary workouts. Yeah, so they'll get in the system. They're in relatively good shape. They were just playing. Yeah. It's a shame. Yeah, it's a shame the league kind of fell apart, but it is what it is. Yes, so hopefully those guys showcased enough to be able to get seen. Hopefully they put enough, out there that, they can stick on some of these rosters. I mean, I'm all for guys getting jobs. Yeah. So that'll be interesting. No, I haven't really heard much. There's still just the chatter about, trading for Rosen out of Arizona. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the hell they're going to do. I don't expect Arizona to really make a move until draft day, or maybe the day before, So we'll just kind of play that by ear. But like I said, as far as Redskins, that's really all I've been seeing, all I've been hearing. That's
good with me. I mean,
Yeah, the last thing I got is these Cowboys. They finally signed DeMarcus Lawrence to a long-term contract.
long-term contract.
5
Yeah.
years, $105 million, 22 per year. 14 million cap space right now in 2019, and this drops their projected cap space next year to about between 84 and 86 million. So this is with all the adjustments, and
Right.
increasing the cap
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. But that's a big signing. But I think they had to overpay him because everybody else is either got petty charges or is about to be suspended. Because we already know that's just how the Cowboys go. Every offseason there's about 5 of them that's either locked up or about to be locked up or about to be suspended. Because I don't know what's going on with that culture. But they need to tighten that up.
Wait, it's 2019, right?
2019.
Oh, well, when you were just talking about the Cowboys, I thought you were talking about the 90s. It sounded just like the 90s,
A little
man.
bit, but it hasn't changed. They just really got to get their stuff together. Like I don't get it. And on top of all of this, Dak and his agent are talking like, we ain't taking no pay cuts, cuz. We ain't taking no pay cuts. And then they still got.
He's gonna mess around and get cut. What are you talking about?
So they got to sit there, and with that 84, 86-ish million, they got to find a way to pay Dak, Zeke, and Coop, which I think they can do if they can get those Eagles, squandered a little bit. Because in my opinion, I think Zeke is going to reset the market at the linebacker position.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a Cowboys fan, but you have to respect the skill that this man brings.
Oh,
to the
for
table.
sure.
He's the ultimate security blanket. You hand it off, this dude is bull rushing people, getting yards after contact, and just blowing stuff up. And don't let this dude get to the outside off tackle. This guy is running through you and running damn near to the end zone.
Yeah.
He's just one of those running backs who's just, those definitely franchise changing.
Oh, for sure.
So he's one of those guys you really got to worry about.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see the season Amari has.
Yeah.
Now, like I had told you before, it's not uncommon to see, which not many people will admit to it.
Mm-hmm.
But you hear it from time to time that, these players going into their contract years and all that stuff, he may not be featured as much. Like, he's going to want to get off. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to want to get out there, show up and show out. He's going to want to, set records, just basically do whatever to get paid.
Right.
Because he knows, okay, if it isn't with Dallas, then I can go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's I've heard it before where the play calls may go on the opposite side.
Mm-hmm.
You got Witten coming back. Let's go ahead and get his targets and his attempts up. And at the end of the season, when Amari is thinking, "Hey, I need to get paid,"
Yeah, man.
then the Cowboys brass are saying, "Wait. You only put up these amount of yards. You only did this. You only did that." So I don't like to think that that's what they would do just to get him at a lower number.
Right.
But I wouldn't be surprised. But no, for sure, Zeke is getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
Dak, it's going to depend on the season he has. Like I said, I'll put him above serviceable.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Not great, not close to great. So they just have to figure out how much value how valuable he is to the team.
Right.
For you and I, being in the NFC East, sign him. Give him all your money. That's
Absolutely.
fine.
Yeah.
That's fine with me.
Because that means you're going to be able to sign nobody else, and we're going to run you guys ragged, and you guys will be at the bottom of the division with the Giants.
Right.
So, last thing, I actually just remembered that, speaking of the Giants, they just extended Sterling Shepard and signed him to a $41 million contract.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it works out to be about, I think, 10-ish million a year
Mm-hmm.
the next 4 years. And, that's more cap hell for these guys. Because at the end of the day, they got to throw the ball to somebody.
Right. Was he in the last year of his deal?
I think he was for damn near, pretty much. But, yeah.
Because I don't think he was a free agent. If he was, he would have walked out of that
He
mess.
would have walked out of that mess.
I'd have seen him in New Orleans or somewhere, somewhere like that.
So if you're an offensive player and you want to go play for somebody, if you're trying to get that money up, I'd go to the Giants because they're just throwing wads of money at people.
Right.
Guys
Yeah.
that really don't deserve it.
Yeah,
get your bag, but
he
at the same
doesn't scare
time,
me.
Sterling Shepard doesn't scare anybody. So
No.
so obviously if they're going to pay Golden Tate, they have to pay Sterling Shepard because he's been there. So, because this year, that's like, and they're still sitting on like $33 million in dead money because they still have to pay Odell 16 of that.
Right.
He's with the Browns.
Man.
I don't know what that front office is doing. They sit there and they say, we have a plan. we have a plan. But right now, they don't look like they have a plan. They're just throwing money at people and hopefully people will fill seats and they can start to recoup some of that.
Man, I'll tell you this. I would be hot if they mess around and made it to the playoffs or did something dumb on Eli's way out the door. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, to be honest with you, I think they're gonna have another season similar to this one that just ended, where they're basically 2-3 games into the season and they start packing it in.
Basically, because their situation is, it's like Golden Tate, Sterling Shepard. Who's their tight end? Isn't that Ingram? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a good tight end, but everybody's gonna put 9 in the box and tell Saquon Barkley to run. I mean, granted, he still will get you. Don't get it twisted. This dude has the craziest juke stick I've seen since Madden 06. Like, this dude like, it's like he's glitching across the screen. Like, this guy's a problem. Just shaking tackles and busting through people. Like, this guy is a true Penn State running back. Like, this guy is crazy. But at the same time, I'm going to live with that. I'm going to live with stacking 9 in the box and daring this man to run, because those two guys on the outside, they don't have crazy breakaway speed like that.
Right.
Like, we can smack them, so...
Yeah, and then I mean, you're absolutely right. You stack the box, make him beat you.
Right.
He's gonna get his. That's fine.
That's fine. Yeah, you live with that.
Yeah.
Inside the inside the tents.
Yeah.
You live with that.
Make him beat you. Get up on Eli real quick. Get in his face early and often.
Yeah.
And he's not getting the ball to Golden Tate. He's not getting the ball to the tight ends.
And they're not getting. I mean, think about it. Are they really going to be able to create that much separation?
No.
Not at all.
No.
So, hey, I mean, that's the state of the NFC East right now.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, hey, it's been real. Episode 4 is in the books.
Yes, sir.
Marcus and Eddie, we came to bless your airwaves yet again.
Absolutely.
All right. Y'all take care. Don't forget to hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Check out our website, averagesportsguys.com.
Yes,
you can find the links to everything there.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
We out.